Hello, welcome back to the channel. I have some very exciting news to bring you today. Watford are set to sign Bayern Munich winger Nestory Irankunda on a permanent transfer. Let me just repeat that for the people at the back one more time. Watford Football Club in the Championship are set to sign a winger from Bayern Munich for €3 million. I couldn't quite believe what I was reading last night. And this isn't going to be a deep dive, long, extensive video analysing everything about Irankunda's game, but I felt it was right and necessary for me to come on and spill my thoughts to you, really, because last night I was sat on social media around 8:30, 9 o'clock, like most of us were, reading all the reports coming through from Fabrizio Romano and Luca Bendoni, and I felt like I wasn't in reality. I felt like I was dreaming. It, for me, almost resembled being a giddy kid on Christmas Eve, waiting to open my presents on the following day. For Watford to sign such a highly rated youngster in world football in the Championship for such a small transfer fee is completely astonishing to me. I don't really have the words in my vocab to describe how I'm feeling. Now, don't get me wrong. We've criticised this ownership plenty over the past few years, and as I said, I will continue to do so if they get something wrong. But what they haven't got wrong so far is this transfer window. This transfer window for me has been one of the best so far in the Pozzo era. Now, of course, it's hard to judge that at the moment, really, because we haven't seen these players kick a ball in the Championship yet. But in terms of calibre, promise, potential, Irankunda is up there with one of the best young players in world football. This is a player who, at 17 years old, made an international appearance for Australia. He already has 5 caps, actually, for his national team at 19 years of age. They all believe in Australia he's going to go on to be a world-class talent. Now, I've seen some reports suggesting he has attitude problems at Bayern Munich, and that's why Vincent Kompany hasn't really committed him to that project yet. I saw some Adelaide fans suggesting that his ego might be too big at the moment. But for me personally, of course, that might be an issue for Irankunda, don't get me wrong. But we saw it with Dennis, where players get tarnished with this brush of having ego problems, attitude problems, before they've even kicked a ball for their club. So I'm very much excited to see him arrive. I think reports around his attitude should be dismissed for now. We'll see, of course, how he does at Watford. But look, I watched some highlights of Irankunda's last night, and he's got a rocket of a right foot. My goodness, he can take some free kicks as well, by the way. When was the last time Watford had, a real decent free kick taker in the team? For me, that's the player I expected Georgie to be, but it's not quite lived up to that, especially from set pieces. I think Alman Abdi, back in the 2015-16 season, and the season before that was the real last fantastic set piece taker we had. And Irankunda looks like he's got everything about his game: pace, power, raw ability, dribbling, ball carrying, set piece quality. He's got it all. And I think for him, he just needs to really polish the raw edges around his game to fly in the Championship. And I was speaking to some what you would call in the know Watford accounts last night, especially ones who really go in depth into player analysis. And one of them said, essentially, if Irankunda polishes his game up and plays to his full potential, he will be arguably the best player in the Championship this season. So high praise for Nestory Irankunda already, and he's not even kicked a ball for Watford. I do think we have to restrain ourselves slightly. We don't want to hype him up too much, but ultimately it's a winger from Bayern Munich, and that itself is going to have a massive effect on how we perceive him as a player. So I think for me, I'll leave it there. I'm excited to see how he does at Watford. A 4-year contract, a €3 million transfer fee. Gino Pozzo is really backing Paolo Pezzolano, and there's no excuses now for me that playoffs, at the very least, should be the aim this season, and that should be what we judge the club on. Nestory can play primarily on the right-hand side, of course, but also in that inverted role on the left, cutting back in on his right foot. It seems like he can also play up front in a false nine position, dropping deep and driving at the back line as well. So yeah, lots of positives to take away from this deal. I'm really hyped. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about an attacking signing. It was probably Ismail Assar back in 2019-20 is when I was the most excited about a new incoming player. So delighted, thrilled, and yeah, I can't wait to see Nestory put on that yellow Watford shirt. Hopefully later this week. We'll have to see how quickly this one develops. But Fabrizio Romano reporting he's due to fly into London on Thursday for his medicals. So yeah, hopefully only a few more days to wait. Let me know your thoughts on this deal in the comments section down below. I'll hopefully be back later this evening to discuss all the other stories surrounding Watford in the transfer window. And I also have an interview scheduled with Anthony Joseph of Sky Sports News, which I'll be bringing you on the channel either later today or tomorrow morning. An exclusive interview with Anthony Joseph from Sky Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to The Watford Way here on YouTube and follow us across all our other social platforms. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and here on YouTube, of course, as well. So I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. And come on, you Orns, what a transfer window it has been so far.